That slight mistake and caught the wave wrong and came in sideways, and we were about to capsize, and we're all like this.
To some people, it's a bigger celebration than their wedding.
No one's ever seen the whole of the Great Barrier Reef. The areas where we are, we're not seeing any bleaching at all. It's fairly epic, and I don't know if you did this, but my favourite thing to do after the feed is to go and find shark's teeth.
I love helping veterans. I love helping Gold Star families, but it's tough sometimes, man. It's
for sure.
You got to go back to some dark places to help other people's out of it, and sometimes it's hard to pull yourself back out of that dark place, and all the vets that bring their kids back, they absolutely love it because they're like, man, this is the most time I've ever spent with my kids.
What's going on, guys? It's John with ThinBlueDive. Today is November 11th. DEMA started today, but sadly I had a little bit of training I had to take care of at work, so I wasn't able to get out there right now, but I'm all packed. I have a flight that leaves in the morning, so I'm very excited to go to my first DEMA, and I'm going to bring y'all with me. We're going to catch the back half of it, and I will see y'all there. Bye. Days. How about it? All right, guys, I just got into Orlando. The flight just landed and just got into the rental car. They upgraded me to a truck, which is really nice. I guess they were out of normal size cars. Like I said, this is my first time at DEMA, so go ahead and let me know down in the comments where I need to visit first, what booths I need to go to, who I should talk to, if you've been here before. If not, we'll be at DEMA here shortly, and I'll bring you with me. See you soon. Joined today here with Steven. He is the owner and founder of Ocean Frontiers and Compass Sports Resort in Grand Cayman. So Steven, I appreciate you doing this with me, talking with me for a little bit. We're here at DEMA 2025. Where did you get the idea of Compass Point and Ocean Frontiers?
Just to have the most seamless, easy experience where you roll out of bed and onto the dive boat.
For sure.
Yeah, so no buses to get to the boat, everything on your doorstep, and then at a high service level. And when people say dive resort, they really don't expect a particularly high standard.
Right.
And we've done a really, really good job of changing that.
100%, because I've definitely been to Ocean Frontiers several times. It is by far my favorite place to go in Grand Cayman. Y'all do a very good job of making it feel like home. Having the actual condos there instead of just rooms. I've been to several resorts where it's just like a hotel room or even like a Motel 6 style room. At most, best you get like a suite or like a 4-star, 3-star hotel. But here with Ocean Frontiers, y'all actually have condos where it's at least a kitchenette or a full kitchen, a living room, a dining room, a bedroom, a full bath. Y'all do a very good job.
It is. Every room has a kitchen, and you may only use the fridge and the blender, and that's good.
Right.
But they also have a washer dryer. Okay. So people love being able to just travel light.
Right.
And then just maybe you just throw in one load, but that convenience of having that is something that if we took it away, I guess would not be very happy. But part of the experience is the size, which is 30 rooms.
Right.
So it's a good enough size where you can have all the amenities on site. We've got 2 swimming pools, restaurant, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then the boats right there. But you never really feel, you never have to worry about whether you can get a space on the beach, under your favorite coconut tree in your hammock so you can read your book when you're on your surface interval. So you don't have to deal with any crowds whatsoever, and then you can actually swim in the pool or relax in the hot tub, or if you like grilling, we have propane barbecue grills on site as well. You've got that peace and quiet, and it just never feels crowded, even when we're full.
For sure. Yeah, that's great. Being a police and a first responder, and even for our military veterans, I find really, I don't do well in crowds. Being in public places, especially like this in DEMA, it's been extremely stressful for me this week. Just walking around and being around so many people, I feel like I can never relax or turn it off. I'm always looking over my shoulder, who's standing behind me, who's walking next to me. But at Ocean Frontiers, because it's so small and because it's just a small condo complex, the Eagle Rays, and then the dive shop, you could be the only person that you see for hours sometimes, because especially when the boats are gone and people are diving, if you just want to skip the day and hang out by the pool, read a book, sit on the beach, you're alone. So you can really, it's a great place just to decompress is what I found. Tell me about the Green Shorts Challenge. What's the Green Shorts Challenge?
That's my favorite thing. So it's all about diving all 55 dive sites.
Okay.
Right, so after we've been in business 10 years or so, there was a feeling that people, they love coming back, but they would say, oh, I've seen everything.
Right.
And then I thought, well, have they really seen everything? And have they really been to all these dive sites? And then one week we had some feedback from a customer that said they went to the same dive site twice.
Right.
And I said, oh man, how did that? We like to make sure you go to different dive sites on every dive, on every trip. And I looked at it, there was some unusual, there was like a seahorse at a particular site and everyone was wanting to go see it, so we ended up going there a little bit more often than normal that week.
Right.
And then it kind of raised the question, has anyone been to all of our dive sites? And how many times are they repeating sites? So our reservation system keeps that in a database, and we couldn't find a customer after 10 years of being in business that had done it.
Okay.
Nobody had been to all sites.
Really?
Even this guy that would come down every Christmas, and he would dive 4 dives a day, every day for 2 weeks straight. He'd take Saturdays off. And not even him had it.
Really?
So we kind of had to, it was all about how do we find a way to get our customers to see everything we have to offer. And some of the sites that our long-time customers had missed, they'd never been to it.
Okay.
So this kind of solved that. Some people say, oh, it's like a great marketing idea. It really wasn't. It was more very customer driven. Okay. We want to make sure you get to all your sites and don't repeat any sites. And this was the best way to do it. And then we added our dive site map like a punch card, so it's like a logbook. So when you get on the boat, captains can figure out exactly who's been to which site and make sure you see something different every day.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I know when I got my first punch card, I was like, 55, all right, I got to do it. I'm like, I can't do that in a week for sure.
You can't.
I got to come back and get it.
Back at least,
I was like,
at least 3 times.
I was like, do I buy the shorts? But it's not the same. You have to actually buy this. Yeah. You have to actually earn them.
That's right. That's right. You get the special green shorts, and you get a gold medal, and you get an amazing custom cake with your name on it, and champagne as well.
Right.
So it's like, to some people, it's a bigger celebration than their wedding. Cake, champagne, and
I'm not going to say it is. I'm not going to say when that happens it will be, but it probably will be better than my wedding.
Especially if you both finish it together.
So, for sure. She's a little bit behind. She's only been one time. I've been 3 now.
Okay. You're getting close.
But I'm at the point now where I'm doing a lot of repetitives, so she's catching up to me at all these next ones, because that back half is kind of harder to get.
Depends on the time of year that you come.
There's a picture of me and my family in your resort on one of these Newtons, and I'm sitting back up here in that behind the captain's seat where the captain it was kind of more of a rough day, and we're coming into the cove between the reef there, and they just had that slight mistake and caught the wave wrong and came in sideways, and we were about to capsize. We're all like this on the boat, and he's like, I'm not driving for the rest of the week. And I've been on a lot of different dive boats all around the world, and there's always hiccups that happen, but for spending almost a decade coming to you guys, and that being the really only issue I've had on the boats at all, and I've seen it from the old fleet all the way to the new ones y'all have now, and the upgrades and changes y'all made, it's just phenomenal. I mean,
thank you.
Y'all's customer service to divers experience from the time you arrive at the resort, or even land, because you get the rental car, drive over, being American driving on the wrong side of the road is kind of a fun endeavor, trying to remember which side I need to be on, even what side of the car to walk up to when you're getting in.
If you get if the wheel's on the right side, then it's easier. That adjustment's easy, because when you get in, you're like, okay, this is different.
Right.
Exactly. I remember I'm on the left.
What are you trying to do in the future with Ocean Frontiers moving forward? I know y'all just changed the boats here a couple years ago.
So we've got no plan to massively, develop the business. We're really happy with the size that it is and the new boats. And it's just a matter of just fine-tuning and polishing, just trying to keep it, thinking of, either new dive trips or any new experiences that we can offer. And a lot of the stuff is very, I feel is very complete.
Sure.
And maybe the only thing that we're looking at in the short, medium term is by doing more with snorkeling and like non-diver activities.
Very cool.
And we do get a lot of families that come down, and maybe everyone doesn't dive. So we are certainly looking at kind of expanding some of our snorkel trips on that side. And just based on, say, we see a lot of families come down and they all get mixed groups of different interests. And other than that, no expansion plans. Just
keep it small.
Keep it this kind of size. And focus on delivering amazing experiences for our customers.
Awesome, that's good to hear, because especially that you're trying to reach the non-diver, but still keep it diver-centric. Because a lot of people I talk to, they have families, and some people are scared of the water, but one person wants to dive, and the wife doesn't, or the wife does, and the husband doesn't, or we've got kids, and one can't because they have to deal with the kids. So that's what keeps a lot of people from getting into diving, because they're like, well, I don't want to be on this vacation, spend all this money, and then not be with my family. So the fact that y'all are trying to grow out of water, or not out of water, but out of diving experiences at the resort is great to hear.
Yeah, but it can just, it can be kayaking, it can be biking, or just, the spaces along the shoreline, we say, with hammocks and beach lounges, and there's lots of great places just to relax and read a book, go in the swimming pool. It's totally, it's very, very safe as well. Especially in East End. Very easy, so they can go for a walk down the street and not worrying about getting hassled about anything. And it's a nice place just to spend time and decompress.
Very cool, very cool. One thing I noticed y'all started, I believe last year, right, was the Green Shorts Express?
Yes.
What's the Green Shorts Express?
So it's we stay pretty busy year round, but there's about 8 to 10 weeks that of the year, kind of in the fall mostly, that are slow. So we just came up with it's a promotional bag. It's probably the best deal of the year, is what it's about, and it's pretty much unlimited everything. Unlimited night trucks, unlimited diving, any trip, all trips, all day. And it's pretty heavily discounted just for those brief periods. And it's really helped people kind of get their green shorts and finish off those dives, because that time of year is also probably the calmest time of year when we can get to some of the sites that maybe we can't get to in the winter. If you like to do lots of diving, if you want to dive morning and afternoon, and get a good deal, it's the best package of the year.
For sure. I remember getting the email. It's like, oh, this is awesome, and I ended up going last year, and I was like, this is horrible. Like, they're not making any money off of me right now, and I'm just robbing this resort, because I think we were there for a week, and we did at least 3 dives a day, tried to get in 4, did the kiddie wake, the X dive, the turtle stuff, the cruise. We did the Stingray City, but the day we picked for Stingray City, bad weather came in, so we were going to do the Sunset Champagne Stingray City, and we ended up doing the morning one the next day. But it was just me and my wife, and it was just us, and nobody else was on the boat. So it was literally our own secluded VIP trip to Stingray City through Ocean Frontiers with this Green Short Express, because they're like, no one else has it booked, but y'all have it booked already. We said we were going to take you. The weather's bad. We weren't doing a trip today, but we're going to make a trip for you guys to do it. That way y'all can have the experience.
Make sure you get
to
see everything.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it does fine. I mean, those weeks that we pick are normally very, very slow, so it works for both the company and the customer.
Good deal. Well, thank you so much, Stephen. I appreciate your time.
Good talking to you.
Yeah, how do people find you guys?
So, on our website, oceanfrontiers.com, and that's got all of our contact information. But you'll find us on all social channels, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, you name it, lots of content online from us there. You can find out what's going on, or you can sign up for our newsletter, and then you'll get all the latest specials and promotions as well.
Here at DEMA 2025 with Paul, who is with the Spirit of Freedom, a liveaboard out in Australia that I've personally been on, and it's actually an awesome, awesome trip to do. Paul, thank you so much for joining me here.
Great to meet you. Great to see you again. Thanks for coming down to Australia when you did.
Yeah, no problem.
I was down at a conference in Adelaide, which is a city in the southern part of Australia, and I met a gentleman by the name of Philip Hobbs, who then owns Spirit of Freedom.
Very cool.
We had a couple of beers, and then we realised that we needed each other because he had an incredible dive vessel to experience the Great Barrier Reef, but he didn't really have any way to help divers to get to Australia. So we combined our skills, and we've been the largest provider of scuba diving trips to the Great Barrier Reef in Australia ever since.
So we've talked a lot at DEMA here with a lot of different dive resorts, but you're actually the first liveaboard that I've actually stayed and talked with. I've been with you guys, I've been on some aggressors, I've been on some master liveaboards. But what is a liveaboard?
So I mean, it's a really good question, and realistically, there's a few ways you can answer that question. It is a purpose-built vessel, and its sole intention is to be able to access remote areas that you can't on any other vessel, and you can dive continuously of. So fitted out with compressors that, you know, we can fill tanks at a rapid rate, nitrox, we have camera wash stations, we have a galley that can provide the depth and the quality of mills to keep divers sustained for continuous diving. You know, our standard trippers, we go out for 7 nights. So we're a full support mechanism to help people to dive remote places. You know, we have to be specially trained in medical emergencies, so that we, you know, if there was a medical emergency, we've trained how an emergency helicopter can come in and actually medevac someone off the deck of the boat. Cool. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on, the level that we go to make sure that we can provide the level of service that we do. All right,
so you're actually the resort, but on the boat.
A floating resort.
Floating
somewhat.
resort. I like to describe it as diving off of a yacht every day. So a lot of people go on cruises and things like that, so it's like a cruise, but a lot smaller. How many people do you actually take on the boat?
Well, we do 2 different types of trips. So our general normal route, the 7-night route, we have 24 passengers and 11 crew. But we do also do some expedition, not exhibition, some expedition trips, and one of them where we go right up to the tip of Australia. And it's so far that we can't resupply when we're up there. So we've actually got to remove one cabin so that we can actually use it as a food store, because we have to have enough food on board to go all the way up and then to go all the way back down again.
I will actually add in some of the food that y'all served on this boat for my trip. The food is actually phenomenal. Andreas, your chef, is very, very good at what he does in that such small space that he has to work with. It's almost like eating a gourmet 5-star restaurant every single meal of the day. It's phenomenal. But the main thing, the boat is for the boat. It's very cool. The crew is awesome. But the diving is what we're really there to see. Tell me a little bit about diving on the Great Barrier Reef.
The Great Barrier Reef is the only living thing that can be seen from the moon.
Very cool.
Right, so it's so big. So the Great Barrier Reef is nearly 1,500 miles long, and it has 3,000 different reef structures. So it's impossible to see the whole of the Great Barrier Reef. Nobody ever has, nobody ever will, and so much of it has never been seen and surveyed. So we've grabbed a piece, a little piece, right, and that's our patch. So we actually get to be really specialised in what we do. And the reason why we've grabbed the piece that we have is that the diversity in the diving is unbelievable. From the ribbon reefs, which is really between Cairns and lizard islands, so all the ribbon reef sections where you're going to have soft corals, pelagics, all those kinds of, macro diving, olive sea snakes, potato cod. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And then while you're asleep that night, after the first 3 days, we charge out into the Coral Sea, which to me is the mecca of the Great Barrier Reef. I mean, Osprey Reef, North Horn, we do a shark feed. It's 5,000 feet deep.
Wow.
So these are just coral atolls or volcanic structures that come off the sea floor, and they are literally bottomless walls.
Very cool.
So it's about the diversity, honestly, and you never know what you're going to see when you're out there. I mean, one time I was on the safety stop line on the stern of Spirit, just hanging around because I could, and a whale shark went past.
Very neat.
There was another diver with me. We both saw it, but neither of us had a camera, so it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
But I'm telling you,
Pictures didn't happen. Yeah. The trip that I actually got to go on with my dive shop was actually an expedition trip. So talking about the vast size of the Great Barrier Reef, we went to almost every dive site on our trip, which was a place that no one's ever dove before. So,
and that was something unique that I designed with Richard, the owner of the shop that you went down with. So we did a deadhead. We deadheaded, which means we took the boat empty down to Townsville, which is the next major town below Cairns. And the reason why we did that is that Grumpa, which is the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority, is responsible for the entirety of the Great Barrier Reef, and they report to the government. They have a really good reef check program, and we're all about doing research, and they rely on us to help with that because they can't get everywhere, and we bring groups of divers down that can also help with that. So we deadheaded the boat down there, and we created a unique expedition route for you guys in that section. And as was described, every single dive that they did, we'd never done before.
It was cool.
So it made it really special and unique, and that's what we're doing in some of our other expedition stuff as well.
Very, very cool. Yeah, it was really unique to be like, hey guys, you're on the boat, we've never been here. Here's our briefing. There's the reef. Enjoy. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to see. Don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, we'd had a little peek. We've checked the currents.
Right,
we know which way they're going to end up. So it's a little bit more thought put into it than that. But realistically, that's what it's like.
It was neat.
And of course, we're doing data then and actually finding new sites and new places we can dive and what makes them fantastic, what's actually there. We're finding cleaning stations. We're finding different things all the time.
Right, yeah. We did the Eye on the Reef surveys, I believe. One time it was really cool to actually be a part of the conservation and the study of the Great Barrier Reef with the Australian government and with you guys to actually go on a dive, take a survey of what's down there, fill out some paperwork, and actually return it into the government. It was really cool to be just, as a tourist in the country, just be a part of that whole organizations that keeps the Great Barrier Reef the amazing location that it is. It's breathtaking. So I know there's a lot of people have never been there, a lot of people never go, but I know kind of the world's view of the Great Barrier Reef right now is that it's dying, it's bleaching. Are you seeing any of that day to day as someone who's actually on the reef on a regular basis, actually doing the research, actually studying, actually taking groups out there?
Yeah, look, the reality is that every reef structure around the world has suffered from bleaching events. It's a fact of life, and the Great Barrier Reef is not immune to it at all. There are sections of the reef that have been affected, but the funny thing about it is, and not that I want to pick on the media at all, but the reality is that no one's ever seen the whole of the Great Barrier Reef. There's sections of it that have been surveyed, and they were surveyed 15 years ago, and they've never been seen since. So we really don't know. In the areas where we are, we're not seeing any bleaching at all.
Right.
But there are other areas that we've been to where a bleaching event occurred, and they thought it would take 10 years for it to recover, and it recovered in 4. So there's so much mixed data out there, and I'm no scientist, and I'm never going to pretend to be, but I can tell you now, from my perspective and what I know within what we do, the Great Barrier Reef is alive and healthy, and we're doing the best to make sure it'll stay that way.
Very good, yeah. I can confirm on that. So the small amount of time, the week that I spent there, media says it's like 70-80% of the reef's bleached. I didn't see hardly any. Like maybe one piece of coral in 20-something dive. Like I didn't see. It was almost non-existent. It was a beautiful thing to see. I was very happy to see the health of the Great Barrier Reef. Just the massive health. So what we saw in the not best part, the not peak of the reef.
You did do the Yongala.
Yes, we did the Yongala. We spent a day on the Yongala, and that was phenomenal.
You know, I would like to do a night dive on the Yongala.
I would too.
Yeah.
That first dive
we might find a way to make that happen.
I think we should make that happen.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to actually join us on a trip to a Yongala expedition to actually do a night dive, let me know down in the comments. That way we can get you set up with these guys and we can make this happen. But that first dive that we did in the early, I mean, we woke up 5 in the morning. Typically you're getting up at like 6:30 or 7. We woke up early, had a quick breakfast, and instantly hopped on a boat to get out to the Yongala, because I believe you had to get a special permit with the government to get on that wreck. But all the day boats take that 4-hour boat ride, right? It's like 4 hours to get out there.
To get off.
We got
from
there,
the mainland out.
Yeah. So we were there the night before because we're on the Liveaboard, and there was nobody there, and the sun was just barely coming up, breaking over the horizon of the water. So when we got in the water, so it was kind of like doing a night dive at the very beginning. And at the bow of the boat, there was just about 8 to 12 marble eels just sitting over it like angels, just guarding the graves of the people who were still in. It was just beautiful, and like they didn't care you were there. You were able to get close up like this to them. They would come up over you. The big bump head wrasse, the sea snakes. It was a really, really cool,
serene
dive. Yeah, and there was actually a leopard shark down the anchor line at the base, and I didn't go down there because I'm like, we're doing another dive. This is kind of a deeper dive. I want to save my no NDL, my no deco time, so I can enjoy it again. And I missed the leopard shark, and I really wish I would have just gone down there because I was playing it in my head whether I was going to or not. But there's so much cool stuff to see on the Yongala and in this trips in general. But we definitely want to come back and do a normal 7-day. What else do y'all typically see? I know we've talked about the leopard sharks, the pygmies. I know we saw wobblegongs, sharks. There was a hammerhead. But what else do y'all, the potato cod, what else is a normal thing that you see in Australia that you don't see anywhere else?
Oh, geez, you're probably on the spot there. I probably don't know the answer to that question, but you know, it's the diversity is what amazes me. Is that, you know, up at the bow of the boat in the camera station area, we have a whole bunch of fish identification books, and the most common thing that I see is when people come up from a dive is that they immediately go up to those fish identification books because they see fish they've never seen. That half the time, we can't remember them all either. The diversity is crazy. And there's a little thing down here. I know I'm going to jump out of the shop for a second, but there's 133 types of sharks and rays. There's 350 types of echinoderms, I don't can say that word. There's 4,000 types of mollusks. There's 1,625 types of fish, and there's 600 different types of coral. Now, I hope you heard all that, and I was off shot.
And I'll grab the camera. I'm actually going to put it down so they can read along with that.
So, I don't know, a lot. And
you'll forget more of what you saw than what you'll remember because there's just so much life.
Exactly.
The nudibranchs, there's so many little nudibranchs and flatworms. I think I saw a Spanish dancer actually dancing on a night dive. And that was really cool. So Spirit of Freedom is a phenomenal liveaboard, a phenomenal operation to go diving with in Australia. They're definitely top notch. I highly recommend it. Paul, how do people find you guys?
Yeah, so, you know, Google Spirit of Freedom, Google About Australia. That's probably the easiest way. You know, our business is located in San Antonio, Texas, so we're as easy as a phone call away. You know, we do all the major dive shows, but yeah, probably the easiest way is just Google About Australia.
Do you have a website?
Yeah, aboutaustralia.com.
Aboutaustralia.com.
Yeah, pretty easy. Spiritofreedom.com.au.
Spiritofreedom.com.
Yeah,
.au, not com.
.com.au.
.com.au.
Designates Australia.
Okay, so spiritfreedom.com.au.
Yep,
okay.
that's it.
Very good. Any social medias that y'all do?
Yeah,
Facebook,
we're
Instagram,
across
Twitter?
all Facebook and Insta and what's that Snapchat thing? Can you tell I'm a bit older?
Snapchat, TickTok, whatever, all the different things.
Yeah, we do all that stuff.
The ones the kids do nowadays.
Yeah,
good deal. And
so I want to finish with a little teaser.
Okay.
So we've been thinking about doing something a little bit different. So we've been thinking about getting into some more expedition type trips. And I did have a bit of a chat with Richard before, the dive shop owner you work with. And yeah, we're thinking about reviving a combination or a series of combinations of some of the expeditions we did with you and a few other different shops, and then some of the stuff we're doing right now. So DEMA 26.
Okay.
I'd say get ready.
New Orleans?
Something new here, there.
Okay. Well, we'll come back and do this again in DEMA 26 in New Orleans.
And we'll talk it through.
Good deal. Awesome.
For sure.
Thank you so much, Paul. I appreciate you talking with me.
And my pleasure. And thanks for coming down and diving with us. We'll get you down there again.
Yes.
You sure we're good?
No, but we're gonna make it work. All right. Here at DEMA 2025 with Nick Powers, the founder of Warfighter Scuba. Nick, thank you so much for being with me.
Yeah,
appreciate you
for having me, man. Appreciate it.
I want to give you a little bit of an introduction. Nick here got certified at the age of 12 with SSI.
No,
Patty.
Patty.
Okay. Been diving since he was 12 with his family. Marine Corps from 2003 to 2007. Did a deployment in Iraq. Then went and joined, did some contracting with the State Department and the DoD from 2008 to 2012. Did some secret squirrel guy shit that we can't talk about. And then, right. And then decided in 2017 to find Warfighter Scuba to help veterans with PTSD and get into scuba diving, help with their mental health, and give them, help them with their injuries as well.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Nick, for joining me.
Thank you.
What is Warfighter Scuba?
So Warfighter Scuba, we're a 501c3 nonprofit in the United States. Our mission statement is to help curb the suicide epidemic that has plagued our community since ever.
Yeah.
But also help curb the divorce rate amongst veterans. Military, I'm sure first responders are in the same boat, that we are at a much higher divorce rate than most normal families.
Sure.
So we just changed that and added that as part of our mission statement about 2 years ago. And so we offer to bring spouses and children along for the trips.
Very cool.
And my intent with that is, the military is not a family-friendly job.
Right.
It's what Uncle Sam wants. That's priority. We all know that going into it. We agreed to it. We sign up for it.
Right.
There's no, oh, boo-hoo about it, right? You sign that line, you understand what you're signing for.
Yeah.
The problem is when you have a family, it's very difficult, and it starts tearing at you from the inside. And we're trying to rebuild that family unit on a positive scale with a skill set that they can take anywhere in the world together and do that always has a positive outcome. So that's we've seen tremendous impact in marriages of really giving them something to talk about again.
Yeah.
That doesn't have anything to do with any bullshit.
Right.
It's not mortgages due, or there's no trauma being brought up from combat or from fights in the marriage. It's they're out diving, enjoying, having a good time, talking to each other again, using nonverbal communication, which every dude I know is terrible with their wife. We all make horrible gestures sometimes. We don't even realize it. Facial expressions, things like that. So really trying to get them to rebuild that trust and love with each other as dive buddies. Right. It's been a pretty cool experience. And then to bring that to their kids is my favorite part, because that's how I learned with my dad. Right. So, my dad, he's still here, thankfully. But to be the one that's teaching the family and the kids together is so rewarding for me, because it's like, I know exactly what this feels like, because I did it with my dad. Right. And all the vets that bring their kids back, they absolutely love it, because they're like, man, this is the most time I've ever spent with my kids. Now we've got something to talk about. They all want to be marine biologists now. You're giving them all these cool things to look at underwater. So that's kind of us in a nutshell. Prerequisites is Purple Heart. Okay. So we do require that the military veterans have a Purple Heart to participate in our programs. That's not to say that if you don't have a Purple Heart and we have a trip going on and you're nearby and you want to attend, I'm going to help any veteran that I can. Sounds good. So, what we in our mission covers financially, 100% is Purple Heart recipients. Awesome. And then the Gold Star families fall under that, because obviously the service members awarded the Purple Heart when they're made ultimate.
Ultimate sacrifice. Yeah. So y'all cover everything from the beginning, from mass fin snorkel to flights to the first trip, right?
Yep. So there's, there shouldn't be $1 out of pocket. from the veterans. So airfare to and from home of record, hotel stay, 3 meals a day, mast fins, snorkel issue for the course. All of that's covered by us.
Very cool. What does, and those are for a week, correct?
Yeah.
Right. What does a typical week look like on these trips?
It depends on who your instructor is. If you get Joe, you're doing a minimum of 4 dives a day.
Awesome.
Because he's in so much pain walking around on land that he only wants to be underwater. So I'll try to push 4 because, again, I'd rather be underwater than above water.
Right.
But I kind of play it more by ear on how the vets are progressing. But typically it's a Saturday to Saturday. You fly in Saturday, that's kind of like your admin day, get checked into the hotel. We'll go do gear issue, go to like an early dinner, talk about what's going to happen starting on Sunday. Cut it for get some rest. And then about 8 in the morning, we start on Sunday morning. We plow through confined. If we can get an open water in on Sunday, we will. By Monday, Tuesday, they're generally done with the open water requirements. So we push open water and nitrox right off the bat.
Okay.
And then if there's time to maybe progress into like advanced open water and do some more experience dives with different specialties, we'll do that. But again, it varies by instructor and it varies by how the group is.
Understandable. And then all these are in Honduras every time, or do y'all move to different locations?
So we go all the way from Gilboa Quarry up in Ohio. We just started at Thunder Bay in Alpena, Michigan.
Okay.
Up at the NOAA facility. We work with Florida Spring Scuba down in Williston, in all the freshwater springs in Florida, which are fantastic.
Yeah.
We do dives out of Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach with some partners there. Looking at, I want to get out to Catalina Island. I want to go and do some cold water dives there.
Okay.
Dry suit training, kelp forests, hopefully some great whites. I mean,
that would be cool.
It's we're looking at where we can start expanding out to.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
You said that the vet goes free for the 7 days. Does that extend to the family as well?
Yes.
Okay. And are they allowed to come on the first from the very get-go?
The only thing that we ask for, like if you're going to bring your spouse or your child, is that you pay for their airfare.
Okay.
Our funding's extremely low. We're a very small nonprofit. We do a lot with a little. We have nobody on salary. To date, the best year we've had, we've raised $250,000.
Very good.
We average 50 to 60 veterans per year that come through our programs. So that's just one way that helps. But once the vet and the spouse or the kid are on the trip, everything's covered.
Very
all the
cool.
food, the diving, the gear, all of it's. So it's just the airfare that we ask for help with.
Awesome.
And once we fundraise enough, that'll go away, and we'll have no cost for that. Hopefully soon. I'm hoping 2026.
Very cool. Yeah.
I'm hoping this is going to be a really good year.
Yeah. Hopefully so, man. What's new for Warfighter here in the near future? What are y'all working on?
Mainly expansion.
Okay.
We've got some good partnerships coming up. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up with SSI.
Very cool.
A lot of great opportunities that are going to present themselves in 2026. Working more direct with the military is going to be awesome. What else? We're going to a full 12-month schedule.
Very cool.
This will be our first year that we're able to run January through December. Normally we've had to avoid like high seasons in Roatan because the prices are too high.
Right.
But we've made some changes to where we can navigate around that now. And then the new partnership with NOAA up at Thunder Bay for some more alumni stuff, cold water, wreck diving, more technical diving.
I saw that video y'all showed yesterday. That's really cool.
Yeah, with the group up there.
Yeah.
So, those poor guys, they went up and did their open water in some pretty freezing conditions in 7 mil.
Good for you guys.
So now we're going to tailor it more towards like, okay, we'll bring some of our more experienced vets back.
Right.
We'll do some dry suit. We'll work with NOAA on charting these wrecks and helping them understand what's going on with the wrecks on decay or whatever, which I think will be really cool because there's a lot of like citizen science involved,
right?
Which will help, I don't know, maybe give a new purpose and mission to some of our veterans that want to maybe continue on to that more.
Yeah, very cool.
We have a direct connection with NOAA, so there might be some internship opportunities, and who knows where that goes.
Right.
And then we've got some semi-closed rebreathers in our organization now, so we can get some guys and gals on some.
How can people find you?
WarfighterScuba.org or at Warfighter Scuba on any social media. We're not that great at social media. I'll take the blame for it. It's fine. We got to get better at it.
You're doing better because that's how I found out about you guys.
Okay.
It was Omar, but when he got his cert, Crispy,
Okay.
when he got his, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's the social media guy.
Yeah.
But again, I found him and I went and I followed you guys and y'all's lionfish hunts and things like
Hard pull
that.
to get him to run our social media.
Yeah.
he charges way too much. But yeah, no, he's mentioned it. He's like, hey man, we got to get better at this.
Yeah.
And so we've got great content. You know, we film all the dives and everything. It's just finding the time for me to do content creation or, you know, somebody that can do it well and doesn't want to get paid for it, because we really don't want to have any of our overhead increase to where we have to start taking away from the vets. So
Get it.
it's growing pains.
Good deal. So it's warfighterscuba.com? .org. So warfighterscuba.org, and then Warfighter Scuba across social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't know if you have a TikTok or not. But
No, we don't have that.
probably smart.
Yeah, I don't want that on my devices. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good job, Nick. I thank you so much.
Awesome.
And I appreciate talking to you, man.
Yeah, thank you. You too, man.
I'm with the Ramon's Village Resort in San Pedro, Belize. I've been here multiple times, and I'm here with Rick and Ryo. They run the dive center with Ramon's. Thank you guys for sitting down to talk to me, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. So, if I remember correctly, Ramon's is the first dive operation in Belize, correct?
Yeah, we've been there longer than pretty much anybody else. Yeah, probably close to going about 39 years now.
39 years?
Yeah.
Right. How'd that all get started, the dive shop itself?
Oh, well, we started very small. I mean, we started with we didn't own any boats back then. We used to do a lot of contracting of boats back, bring people in to work for us. And we've grown from having about 4 or 5 boats to having about 16 boats now on the pier. Yeah.
Very cool.
And all different sizes for different groups and accommodate different people going out. Yeah.
Very cool. Y'all just started with the contract, like the fishing boats out for
fishing
taking
boats, small little 24-foot dive boats. Now we're up to 46-foot boats, 45-foot boats.
Very cool. The resort itself, it's on San Pedro, just like a couple minutes away by golf cart from the airport itself. But the atmosphere there is so cool.
Yeah.
Like you just walk right through the arch of Ramon's, and it's like you're not even on the island anymore, not even in town.
We're a little, it's a village by itself. It's Ramon's village. Yeah.
Do you know where they got that concept, where Ramon got that concept from, or to create that atmosphere at the resort?
Well, we just wanted to have, thatch roof huts, little cabanas, something to keep it. You wanted somewhere people can come and stay and enjoy and not feel like they're back home in a condominium or something like that.
Right, for sure.
So that was, and the landscaping and the plants and all that stuff brings a real beauty to it.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it's really neat. The rooms themselves are individual like huts. Like is it traditional style huts? Like before the whole brick and mortar came through?
Yeah, we still got little thatch roof huts, and there's some that has upstairs and downstairs, but there are a lot of individual ones.
Right.
There's beachfronts, garden views.
Yeah, it's cool. With the huts themselves and then the whole rainforest kind of vibe there.
Yeah.
It's like a maze at the resort when you're walking around. So when you actually tuck away in for the night, you feel like you're the only person secluded on your own little personal island, and it's really, really neat.
Oh, for sure.
It's awesome. The diving in San Pedro, though, it's on the Belize Barrier Reef. That's the second largest barrier reef, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the diving.
When it comes to the diving, it's a little bit nice because a lot of places you go and you decide to dive for the day, they'll take you all day out.
Right.
Here it does, you know, we go 5-7 minutes away. We get to the dive sites, we do what we need to do, enjoy those beautiful reefs, and then we come back in, we do our surface interval, especially let's say you go with your other half that doesn't dive, and you know, you could always be in contact with them rather than just say, hey, you go diving and you stay on the room, you know, it's really nice. And when it comes to the diving, we do canyon diving, which starts off, I would say, between 40 and 45 feet. And then from there it goes, the tips of the canyons go all the way to about 80 feet, where the valleys go down even to about 160 feet. And it's basically, it's like when you're flying on top of the Grand Canyons, you know? That's how it works. So you're literally just going from one to the other, which is very nice.
That's cool.
Know?
That's really cool. Yeah, the dive site's really pretty. They're very healthy too. I've seen that a lot of places in the Caribbean have been hit with all these different types of coral diseases or bleaching and stuff like that. But I feel like every time I go to Ramon's, the reefs just stay healthy. Have y'all experienced any of the problems on the reefs there in the past couple of years? Or?
Well, when COVID came, that's about the time we had some issues. Well, what happened was that it got a chance to recuperate because there was not people coming by. Right. You know, we were closed down for about 8 months, and literally this happened at that moment. So basically the reef had enough time to recover when, you know, everybody started to come back.
Very cool, very cool. Every dive's a shark dive, right?
When it comes, I would say 90% chance, let's give it that way, that we will see sharks, yes. And it could be nurse sharks and reef sharks most of the time.
For sure, yeah. I think I've seen bulls out there as well. Yes. I've seen a bull shark out there as well.
And big reef sharks.
Yes, big reef sharks. Yes. So my first time at Ramon's was in 2006, and I was 10, about this big. And they had a little bit different practices back then of what y'all did with the sharks. I'm sure Rick remembers, I'm sure you do as well. Y'all would chum for them as well and take them in the little PVC pipes with like squids.
Oh yeah,
that, right? Yeah. And
do that a lot.
What was this? I think my guy's name was Boots. I think he's up in Chicago now, or something like that.
Yeah.
But I remember he would take it down, the tube was there. He'd take the shot, flip it in a tonic, and he'd be like, "Here you go." and there's pictures of a 4-foot, 10-year-old Jonathan out there with this 6-foot nurse shark, and I'm just holding it like a baby and swimming through the dive with it. And then the dive, you just kind of flip it back over and it swims off. I know y'all don't do those practices anymore because we now know that that's not good, and luckily the dive industry has changed. But the sharks don't know that. So tell me about the shark behavior in San Pedro, because it's very unique to that location than a lot of other places in the world.
Well, I feel like I said, the feeding practices started, and then that's what made them stay afterwards, even though we stopped feeding a lot. You know, now these guys just decide to stay, and the feeding stopped a lot, not because of the nurse sharks. Started because of the reef sharks. Okay. So basically, I would say for the last 5-6 years, we've been having more numbers of reef sharks than nurse. So that is why we lost our practice, because reef sharks are a little bit more scarier. Yeah, a
little bit more aggressive. just a little bit more aggressive. And the atmosphere of, I don't know how much, with y'all being with the dive shop, I don't know, I'm sure y'all know all about it, but how much y'all want to talk about it. The like tropical owls and pineapples on the beach, and just the pool, like the resort itself. What is your favorite part outside of diving of that resort itself?
Oh, we got some of the best smoothies and stuff in our tropical owls.
I agree with that.
Yeah, they're very cool. And pineapples, I think, has got some of the best food ever.
Yeah, the pineapples does.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I mean, and our Sunday buffets are always the best.
Right. Yeah, you can add on to your package dinner, and I highly recommend adding on dinner, because you can walk down the beach or hop on a golf cart and go to a restaurant, but the food's not going to be any better. And I can't say that about a lot of the resorts that I go to. But the food at Ramon's is phenomenal.
Good,
yeah.
Steak on the stone is the best.
Yeah, when you have to wait for a table because the locals are there eating at the resort, that says a lot.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It's cool. How can people find you guys, Rick? How can people book with Ramon's and reach out if they want to get in contact or travel with you guys?
Well, we got a home, we got a home office in the States, or just look us up and www.promotes.com, and all our info pops up there, tells you all about the resort. We'll book your flights from Belize to the island if you want to also. We'll take care of that for you.
Awesome. So the resort will take care of airfare for you guys.
Get in touch with their home office. They'll do it all for you.
Awesome.
Just tell them what you want, they'll make it happen.
Good deal. And that was
book all your tours. They'll do everything for you.
very cool. And I will say on the website it is very easy to book. And that was www.ramones.com. Do y'all any social media, anything like that? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
Facebook, Instagram.
And that's Ramon's Village, right? Okay, awesome. But thank you so much, Rick. Thank you so much, Ryo. Appreciate you guys sitting down and talking with me. Yep.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that is going to be a wrap for DEMA 2025. I'm currently headed back to the airport right now. Yeah, I think it was a major success. I think it all went well. Got contact with a lot of people that I didn't expect, which was awesome. Let me know down in the comments who your favorite resort was that we talked to. And also let me know who we should talk to next year, just because there's a lot of people there. We can't talk to everybody in the little bit amount of time. So if I miss somebody, let me know. I'd love to talk to them next year. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on another video. And I will see y'all in the water. Bye.